Tinker and mechanic characters are some of the hardest to work with. I feel that way because they seem very visual. Seeing them working on a ship's engine or a pod racer explains a great deal. Without that, a lot of players seem to struggle with the mechanical classes and fall back on making them simply roll for things. A fighter can shine in combat and be descriptive in a way that doesn't seem to get in the way. A tinker player describing what they are doing in the middle of a conversation seems to break the flow. This has led those playing it to do a brief description before or after, but it feels like an afterthought, not an essential part of what they are. A player who can tackle the mechanic classes with some flair can make them not only a useful addition to the group, but also one of the most fun, and I am hoping that this book can help the class with more than just mechanics. This is a 90-page hardback and is the well-made construction I have come to expect from the books in this line. The book opens with Technicians in the Galaxy. Overall, it's an interesting read. It covers some of the technical jobs on offer in the galaxy, from droid maintenance worker, space docks, speeder repairs and corporate employment. It can give a player some good ideas where they may have come from. It also covers briefly government, military and the Rebel Alliance. From there it goes into new crunch for the class, new backgrounds and technical obligations. The obligations don't have to be used, but if you're making a new character they can be interesting as they are focused on the class rather than being general. This time there are 4 new races: the Dug, Basilisk, Mustafarian North and Mustafarian South. The Dug is an excellent addition to the Edge of the Empire and fans of Sabula now have his racial stats. The Basilisk is also an interesting choice. They are not incredibly rare as a race, so characters could run into them semi-regular. Having stats for them certainly doesn't hurt. The Mustafarians, though, are an interesting but seem to be in the wrong book. There are races that are known to be technological in nature, like the Verpine and Techno Union. Verpine have been covered already, but with all the races out there I would have thought that one of them would seem to be tech-savvy and make a good choice. These races are interesting, but they just don't seem to be as great a fit. Next comes new Specializations. It's great that most of the class books are out now for the Edge of the Empire, so the players have a lot more choice. We have the Droid Tech, Modder, some new talents and motivations and 2 signature abilities. Tools of the Trade has new gear including new weapons, some armour, cybernetics, slicing tools, construction and salvage, remotes, weapon attachments, new speeders, and this time they are of the workhorse variety, some new starships including 1 new fighter and 2 freighters. A not bad section on integrating techs into the campaign and how to, in part, write for them. A bit on crafting, which covers a fair amount of options and ends with a small section on slicing and rewarding techs. And as in all these Star Wars books, the art is truly amazing. I don't feel the book fully fixes the RP problem of techs, but it does give them a fair amount of new tools in which they may be able to expand their gaming experience.